It's week 7 of the National Football League, and we'll see Jordan Love. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Packers and the Texans on EA Sports.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the 1 interception. I think today, get him off to a good start. Get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it. If they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
From the gun, it's Love. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Hunter wasn't going to be denied on that one, Mike. And here's a guy that even though he's found a new home here in Houston, and what can we say about this defense that D'Amico Ryans continues to put together, but he continues to produce at the same level we've come to expect from him. 16.5 sacks a year ago, and he adds another one right here.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Texans come out with the Rookie of the Year from last year in the NFL. C.J. Stroud, he was the number 2 overall pick out of Ohio State. Greg, a talented quarterback here.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
So 4th down, and it's the former Chief, Tommy Townsend, to punt for Houston. Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Packers offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And the big back A.J. Dillon. He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. Look wide, get this one complete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 15-yard line.
They'll run it with the Boston College bruiser, A.J. Dillon. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pickup there by the...
They'll scrimmage at the 33. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Now he takes off. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action with Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Now Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, here's the rookie from Southern Cal. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
At the Texans' 42-yard line.
Love gonna hand this to Dillon. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Offense.
Give up the middle to the big back, Dillon. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Love to throw. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the toss, here comes Dillon. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 18-yard line.
Now Love. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here, right up there among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he's in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. His 12th touchdown of the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Makes the score Texans 7, Packers 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. This one is caught by Reed. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Love to throw. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Love to the left side in the hands of Watson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That's to Dobbs again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Here's Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw is Love. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Jaden Reed, touchdown Green Bay.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, yeah. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This one complete to Jordan. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Stroud gives it to Pierce. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Pierce. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
17-yard line. A gain of 5. 1st down, Houston.
Once again, it's Pierce. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Stroud. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Throwing is Stroud. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Texans. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
14, Packers 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own
Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
That's good. Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
They'll send a tight end in motion. A give. Here's Dillon. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Love. This one on target, it's Dobbs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
In motion, Reed. He'll go play action with Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 1st down, it's Stroud. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now, Stroud. That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Now, a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line. Laramie Tunsil, the big tackle, flagged there. Now a toss to Pierce, heading left. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. That's on the veteran Shaq Mason. On 2nd down, Stroud. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run straight ahead with Pierce. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Stroud to throw. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked back at the 5.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Houston. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. And that is number 2, Greg. He is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans are out to a 21-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
Great job here by the quarterback on 3rd and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the 1st down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Love. That's Dobbs, open left side.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Texans.
In motion, Reed. On 2nd down, Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes and there is a lot of room to operate.
Now Love. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Dillon. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll run. It's Dillon. And this time he's in. A.J. Dillon. Touchdown, Packers. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers are back within 4. It's 21-17. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Strong. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. This one into the hands of Brown. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Here's Stroud. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these 2 guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Stroud. He's got his man. It's Diggs. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Love. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Alvin Kamara, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Curtis Samuel, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. As we check the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he is right up there among the best in the NFL. They'll start this one on the ground with Pierce. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Back to throw. Stroud. That's to the tight end, Stover. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing is Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Texans first down.
Here's a give to Pierce. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a third down and 4. To throw, it's Stroud. Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
First and 10. Pierce will get it on the zone read. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Adrian Cooper, the rookie, is there on the tackle. Second and 7. On the ground, it's Pierce. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Second down and 8. A run here with Pierce. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense.
A toss now to Pierce. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense.
In motion now, it's Collins. A run up the middle with Pierce. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play.
Holding
Early
offense.
indications of a hold. Throwing on second down, Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll start this drive with a run, and it's Dillon. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
It's another go with Dillon. He's going to have a Packers first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
On first down, it's Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
From the gun, it's Love. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Love to throw. Here's a screen now for Lloyd. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 9.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 3rd down.
Penalty yardage moves them closer for this 3rd down attempt. It is 3rd and 4. Back to throw is Love. That is caught at the 3. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
You find yourself as a play caller saying, all right, I only got to get 1 yard and I got multiple plays to do it. What you don't plan for is all of a sudden you're going to go backwards and it changes the entire approach and, frankly, the entire play call sheet that you have to draw from.
And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
In motion, Reed. On 3rd and goal, they'll run for it. A second effort, and he is in. A.J. Dillon. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Makes the score Texans 27, Packers 34.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, Stroud. There's that man again. Another catch.
Number 9, Brevin Jordan.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll lead to a second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the first down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
The Packers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety.
Offense.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line. This will be returnable from his own 15. There's Nico Collins and his Texans teammates getting set for their next possession. The next drive about to get going. I want to remind you what's coming up in primetime this week. Week 7 already in the NFL. We have the Jets and Steelers on Sunday Night Football. And then coming up tomorrow night, the last of our Monday doubleheaders for the year. Ravens-Bucks from Tampa at 8:15. That's followed out west by the Chargers and Cardinals from the desert. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Now Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Now Pierce. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Stroud to throw. Open man, that's Collins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down, Houston.
Stroud gives it to Pierce. The defense stringing him out. No gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll try again here. Second and 10. Now Stroud He's got his tight end, Quatoriano. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. To throw is Stroud. This one caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Packers 24.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing is Love. That's Dobbs, open left side.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He's going to have a Packers first down as he gets this up to the 42.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
A ball deep for the end zone. To the end zone, it's intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Texans offense ready for this next possession. And this could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many people around the league were expecting them to come in here and win, but they are on the verge of doing just that. And that'll be batted down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
They'll try and run it here with Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Stroud going to set up to throw. This one complete to Jordan. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
A second down throw for Stroud. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Texans first down.
To throw, it's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Pierce. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Packers have it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Pierce. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Dameon Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it, and the Texans will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Packers 24.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
Coverage defensively by Jeff Okuda.
To throw is Love. We'll try to set up the screen to Dillon. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
To throw is Love. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. Look at the big guy rumble. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. From the gun, it's Love. That one taken in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
They certainly wasted no time trying to take advantage of that great field position, and I love it. So often we see teams either in sudden change or when they have a shorter field to go, they want to strike early. There is such a correlation in the NFL, Mike, between explosive plays and your ability to end drives with points.
Here's Pierce, trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. On third down, they go with Pierce. So right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This from 34 yards. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Texans add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll drop to throw. This one is caught by Reed. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it's going to bring up a third down. Here's Love to throw. That is incomplete, and here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Stroud gonna tuck this one on the zone read. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. early indications of a hold. Handoff, they go left with Pierce. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. He chooses to keep it on the zone read.
Great work there defensively, Mike. You could tell they were onto that one from the start. They're able to hold him to a short gain on the keeper and force the 4th down.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. And that is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 2-possession game. So a big mistake there. Roughing call on the field goal try. It gives them an automatic 1st down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one.